God, I pray that you allow us to give this message fluently and clearly for anybody that needs to hear it. I also pray that you take any negative energy that is trying to stop me or my collective or the person that is watching this and send it right back to the sender that is trying to stop us, because how dare you? Send it back to them for their highest and greater good, for them to learn that it is not okay to send negative energy to somebody, okay? I also want to give thanks to you for allowing us to see another day and give this message. Thank you for allowing me to be the vessel that you need so your people can receive this message. Amen, Ashe. All right. Let's turn this heater on because it is kind of cold. You know, we got the window open, so any of that negative energy can go out. But, okay. What's popping? That shit might be too loud. We'll just have to be cool for now. But what's popping? So your girl came to rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call that. And today we came on here to talk about control the mind. Don't allow the mind to control you. But first, hi. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Lina. I go by Lina the Hood Therapist on my YouTube, Instagram, and Thread. On Facebook, I go by Lina Reason. I am here to help you grow, thrive, and be a better person only if you want to. It is up to you to decide if you want to heal, grow, and be a better person in your soul, in your spirit, not just the surface level, okay? It is up to you to decide if you want to heal or stay the same. I am here to help you heal only if you want to, okay? Now, back to the topic at hand. Do not allow your mind to control you. You have to control your mind. And what I mean by this is there are things that are going to come in your life and they're going to happen. And it's going to get your mind all scrambled, all in a bunch, to where your mind is running a mile per second, okay? But you have to learn how to control your mind, how to calm down your mind, how to take a moment for yourself to clear your mind. I know it is easier said than done for some, because at the end of the day, we go through a lot and we are thinking a lot and we are always using our brains no matter what we are doing. And whether it is walking, talking, running, speaking is talking, but you get what I'm saying. Moving, breathing, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching. You are always using your mind. Oh, I wonder how this feels, or I wonder what that noise is, or I wonder what that smell is. But you think you only using your nose, but you have to use your brain to get to your nose. So you are always using your mind. Even when you are insane, you are always using your mind. Your mind tells you when to move, how to speak, how to run, how to walk, how to do whatever you do, how to think, how to see what you're seeing, how to know what you're tasting, how to know what you're smelling, how to know what you're hearing. Your mind is a constant thing, even when you're sleeping. See, that's the sad thing about this. My hair always get caught in this ring because it's a snake, okay? I always get caught to that in there. But like I was saying, even when you are sleeping, your mind is moving. When you are sleeping, you're dreaming. Some are not dreaming, but your mind is still moving because it is telling you that you still need to breathe when you sleep. When you hear things when you're asleep and wakes you up, it tells you when you are ready to wake up from your sleep. Your mind is always moving, it is always going, it is always doing the things that it needs to do, okay? So, when we are constantly moving and doing and going and all this jazz and allowing our mind just to go, 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 sometimes our mind goes and does things that we don't even really realize that it's doing. Sometimes, especially when it comes to you thinking and constantly thinking, oh, well, I wonder what I'm going to do today. I wonder how I'm going to have to do this, or I wonder if I'm going to move, or, excuse me, I wonder if I need to call this person, or did I talk to this person today, or what do I got to do today? What is my agenda? What is this, that, or that, and the third? So your brain is constantly moving, even when you are trying to sit down and not think about things. Your mind is still thinking, your mind is still going, your mind is still moving. See, that's when you have to really tell your mind, calm down and relax. You see that we are sitting here. Why are we constantly running a mile per second, even though we are just sitting here watching a show and we're thinking about something that has nothing to do with the show, or thinking about something that is from the past or that hasn't even come along yet? See, there are times when your mind replays things from your past, or when your mind plays things from your future and trying to think, man, I wonder if I should move this way, that way, act this way, act that way, talk this way, talk that way. Should I do this or do that? And then there's things, like I said, from your past, and like, man, I remember this and I remember that, and how this made me feel, and how I acted when that happened, and what happened there, and what they were doing back then. And sometimes your mind just goes and goes and goes and goes. You have to control your mind. Whether you are somebody that heals or doesn't heal, you still have to learn how to control your mind, because your mind will take you to places that you do not want to go if you do not allow yourself to control your mind. And I'm telling you this from experience. I myself used to be somebody that allowed my mind just to go, 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 and never really focused on how my mind is thinking or moving or going. You know, there was times back in my past where I I'm sorry, my finger. I got stitches when I was younger, so my finger kind of felt weird. But anyway, when I was younger, back to, you see how my mind just went there? It happens. Sometimes you get distracted. You gotta control your mind, but that's an example. Sometimes you get distracted. Sometimes you gotta just get back to business. You gotta control your mind to be like, okay, we need to do this. Stop getting distracted. So that's one example. Thank you. Right then and there. Showed you right then and there. That's one example, okay? Now back to the example that I was going to tell you. Back in my past, I was always this person that was by myself, but I was always anxious. I always was thinking things, you know what I'm saying? And that was my brother's dog. I don't know if you heard that, but like I was saying, I was always thinking things that was going on in my mind, and I wasn't, for those that don't know, I usually was always by myself, even though I had people that I talked to like during school and stuff like that. When I went home, it was home. I'll probably talk to my sister every once in a while, but at the time I was a young kid and she was getting older up in age in high school and stuff. So she was doing those things, high school people things. But I was young and I always stayed to myself. But as I got older, my mind was always in my head, the fantasies I had, because like I said, I was always by myself. So I was always dreaming of things and trying to imagine things like, oh, I wonder if this was that. Like, imagine, like, kids stuff like, oh, I wonder if I was over here playing this and da 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 da. Basically my imagination ran wild because I was always by myself, so I had to entertain myself, and sometimes my entertainment got the better of me. Things that I always imagine, and don't get me wrong, I still imagine things. You have to imagine things to live life and grow and be a better person and all that. So all that jazz, to be happy and fun. You sometimes you gotta imagine. But when I was younger, I always imagined things and thought things. But the thing was, sometimes negative thoughts would always get in there too, seeping in there. I'm sorry. I don't know if you hear that playing, but that bitch is loud, okay? So we'll give it a second. But yeah, sometimes negative energies, negative thoughts always seeped in because, like I said, I was always imagining things. I was just an imagination person, and I would always imagine things. My window's open, so when you hear certain things, don't be too alarmed, okay? It's just the wind going through my room. It's just the wind going through my room. But I always imagine things. Back on track. And like I said, sometimes the negative thoughts get in there to the point where I will think myself into some type of anxiety type of situation. There's this one time, which I'm not gonna hold you. Sometimes your mind is correct. Even when you are, even when it's going through some crazy things and you're not allowing it to control. You're not controlling it and it's controlling you. Sometimes it goes through some crazy things and sometimes it's correct. But those times where you are going through your mind, not thinking, your mind just going, it gets a toll on you. So when I was younger, I was, I guess, somewhat in the hood. For those of you do not know, I grew up where there was Bloods at the corner, Jamaicans on the left of me, and then there was kind of this mob boss man. Technically, he was a mob boss. Motherfuckers, Bloods, and the Jamaicans would go to him. He was kind of the big dog, and not only that, what's funny was I was the child, or not the child. I was, when I got older and I started to do these smoking activities. My brother was always the person that would go to our neighbor. And don't get me wrong, we knew our neighbor. He was this man that, stayed with his mom and they lived together and stuff like that. We knew the family. And he got to a point where he lost one of his legs. So he wasn't moving around like he used to, okay? And motherfuckers would always come to the house and stuff like that and get what they need. And like I said, when I got older and I started doing my activities and I started getting tired of going through my brother, because my brother was always either taking some shit or not giving me everything, or he was being extra and stuff like that. So I decided to go to the mob boss. He was like, oh, so you just go straight to the boss. And I'm just like, yeah. I'm like that, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going straight to the boys. I'm tired of going through your side, people. Come on, give me what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Give me what I'm looking for. Y'all, come on. This is a wig, baby. We know it. We know it. Anyway, I'll be looking good sometimes, but sometimes this week be sliding off because I don't like how it be. Anyway, see, let's get back to the topic at hand. Sometimes my mind, like I said, I grew up in that area, okay? So my mind be going crazy sometimes because sometimes you gotta be careful, you know? Especially where I live, the motherfuckers was always shooting and doing some things every other week or sometimes every other day, especially when it got to that point where George Floyd happened. For those that do not know, George Floyd happened literally on my block. Well, at the end of the block, at the corner store right there. And we lived like like 5, 6 buildings down. Like it wasn't that far. Like we literally walked there every day if we wanted to get snacks and stuff like that. And after that happened, there was a whole bunch of shit that went down and stuff like that. And it got more chaotic, more crazy. And the mind was just going crazy. And during that time, I myself was going through some life things, life changing things, okay? So my mind was all over the place. And there was this time where it got to the point where I was talking to this person, the charmer. I don't know if y'all pay attention on my lives, especially on Facebook, but there's this charmer that used to be, I don't know if he's my brother's friend anymore, but he was my brother's friend at the time, and he be with the Bloods and the Jamaicans and stuff like that. And we were supposed to be friends, and some weird shit happened to where we weren't friends anymore. But I knew this man was kind of like a stalker. I don't know. I didn't feel like he was a stalker at first, but then things kind of changed and my mind went wild and how he was a stalker and stuff like that. But the same thing was my brother was giving me confirmation without even realizing he was giving me confirmation that this dude was kind of a stalker. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother would be coming in and he was like, man, that nigga weird. Like, he was just there. I don't even know I don't even know he was just there. He came out of the woodworks and all this yada yada yada. But he really be coming out the woodwork sometimes. But my mind went wild and I started to, especially in the morning times or in the afternoons when I walked down to the park and sat there and like did my meditation moments and just sat with God and listened to nature. There were times where I was in my head like, damn, I wonder if he's following me, or because sometimes I seen that man. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I seen his ass, and because he lived not too far from the park, so I'm just like, is this nigga following me? Like, what's going on? And not only that, there was times where trucks that be over there in that area would literally drive by where I'm at and then go around and go somewhere else and drive back, and it was crazy. And I'm just like, well, they are what's the name people, but at the same time, like, you gotta be cautious. But I'm in my mind, it was going crazy. I didn't know what to think and stuff like that. But I also at the same time, I still try to control myself because I'm just like, I'm not gonna allow this to be the only thing that's in my mind. I'm not going to allow this to control me, this thought that is running through my mind, these negative thoughts of he's following me, I should stay in the crib, I don't know what to do, like I literally started to kind of get scared to step out because like I said, these motherfuckers was them type of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I wasn't super scared because I grew up around that shit, but at the same time, when it's like you know what I'm saying, when you're the person that is getting followed or getting chased and stuff like that, it's really scary. Like, you don't even know what. I don't like how that pulls on my damn shit. I want my edges, bitch. I don't like how that pulls on my edges sometimes, but But like, yeah, it got to the point where I was a little scared. I'm just like, I stayed in my crib and I was just like, yeah, I'm not trying to go out, because I don't want him following me. You is kind of, you never know somebody, you know what I mean? You never truly know a motherfucker. So it's just like, I'm going to be cautious. I don't want you to, like, I don't want to get caught up in a situation where I'm out late at night walking it because I just want to be out and about by myself. Like, I'm literally going down the block. It's not something crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I get caught up in some shit that I don't want to get caught up in, okay? But I started to get to the point where I was scared to go out and scared to, you know, do my meditations with God, going to talk to God. And that really took me because I'm just like, hold on, wait a minute. If I can't go and talk to God, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time I did switch up my routine. Go at times where I didn't usually go. Either go early in the morning where motherfuckers is asleep, or go around when everybody else is out and about and I'm just doing my thing. I switched it up. Motherfuckers didn't always know when I was coming, when I was going. I had to switch it up because, like I said, my mind was going through so much and I had to sit there and control myself because it's like, I'm protected. I don't need to worry about a motherfucker stalking me because God will let me know, which God did. Like I said, there was a time where these motherfuckers followed me twice, actually. And you probably like, how do you know they followed you? Because for those that know, you feel something. You know what I'm saying? When you constantly get that energy of somebody's following you, not all the time, because like I said, your mind can play tricks on you. That's how you got to control your mind, to control the thoughts that you got going on. But then there's times where you really have it in your gut feeling like something ain't right. Okay? Something ain't right. There was this one time, like I said, I was at the park and I seen this brown truck drive by and drive right there at the corner and sat there, and then somebody got out and then they drove right back. I don't know where that person went, but all I know is I know who drove that truck, and it was motherfuckers that was over there, okay? And they ain't never came around like that, sat there for a hot minute, and then just let somebody out and then drive right back. Ain't never did that shit, okay? Excuse me. And then there was a time where I was walking to the store, and it wasn't the corner store because I didn't really go to that corner store, after George Floyd and everything. Every once in a while I went there, but sometimes I stopped going there for a while because, like I said, there was a motherfucker that was trying to kind of avoid stalker, the dude that I was not talking to. Okay, so I would go to a store that was 2 blocks down. Actually, I ain't even gonna hold you. I think it was 3 blocks down because we was on 38th and motherfucker that. Yep, 3 blocks because we was on 38th and it was on 35th. So I walked down to 35th, and there's this time where these people, one of the Jamaicans, they sat there and then I was minding my business and I was walking, and all of a sudden they drive right on past me slowly, not super fast, not super fast or regular speed. They drove right past me. Bitch, I'm sorry. It's about time for nighttime time. Shit, it's 9 o'clock. What time is it? 9:41. Like, it's I'm sipping on my wine. It's relaxed time, okay? But like I said, they drove past me slowly. You know what I'm saying? And they went on about their way because I was walking, and then not too long after they come right back, and I know you're probably like, well, they're just probably driving somewhere, blah 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 blah. But like I said, I feel energy and I feel things when I know when somebody's following me and I know when somebody's not following me. I know when you gotta stay vigilant, should I say, just in case. Okay? And that happened. And like I said, I got to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to go outside. Damn, motherfuckers is following me. I started to get paranoid. I started to be all up in my mind, like, oh fuck no, I gotta stay in the crib, I gotta hide, I can't go out, I can't do this, I can't do that, I gotta. But then like I said, I had to sit with myself and control this mind, control this thing, because this is a powerful motherfucker. This mind is powerful. Your mind is powerful. It will get your ass caught up in some shit that you didn't even want to get caught up in if you allow it to control you. Okay, if I allowed my mind to control me, I would be in the crib scared, frightened for my motherfucking life. Real shit. Scared, frightened for my motherfucking life. Who should be scared? Who should be frightened for their lives? Nobody. Because at the end of the day, what did I do? I ain't do nothing wrong. And not only that, I got God. I am protected. I will always be protected. Even if something happened to me, it was supposed to happen for me to learn something from it. Okay? Just like that situation when I was going through that and I started to get scared and paranoid where I didn't want to do this and do that and everything. My lesson was I am okay. I need to control my mind. I don't need my mind to control me, how I move, how I think, how I go, how I do. No, bitch. You are my mind. You are mine. It's not the other way around. I am not yours. You don't control me. Yeah, you might control how I move my body and stuff like that, but only if I tell you. Just like my hands right now, I am telling my mind to move my hands, not my mind is moving it for myself. No, I am telling my mind to move my hands, not my mind telling me to move my hands. No, I had to learn that sometimes your mind will play tricks on you, play games on you, because you don't have the full information. You don't have the full thing. And sometimes you do. And your mind still try to play tricks on you. Just like in a relationship or something. Motherfuckers is moving certain type of ways and shit like that. And your mind is playing tricks on you like, oh, they cheating, oh, they doing this, oh, they doing that, oh, they do da 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 da. But they're not really doing that. And how do you know they're not really doing that? Because the telltale signs. They're going to work. They're making that money. They're coming back home. They're going to sleep. They're eating. Maybe chopping it up with some friends, and they back on repeat. They not out here on the streets. They not out here partying. They not out here going with hoes. They not out here doing that shit. But your mind is telling you that because what? Some past shit that happened to you, some past situations that happened to you, or it could be you at work. Oh, they talking shit about me. Now, sometimes, yes, but not all the time. And the funny thing is, I can say that because I know when a motherfucker talking about me. Like I said, I can feel the energy. There was this time where I was at this security job and I was cool, I was calm, I was collected. But then the energy shift. And my mind was like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening? What? And then I don't know. My mind was like, somebody's talking shit about me. Somebody's throwing negative energy at me. Somebody's doing something. Which was true. Motherfuckers was talking about me behind my back. Doing some shiesty shit. So, your mind is going to try and throw shit at you. Some will be real, some will not. That's why you have to control your mind. Because sometimes your mind will throw shit at you just to get you in your head, just to get you in this type of energy that you don't even need to be in. But you know why? Because it's just your mind playing tricks on you. Sometimes it just happens. Your mind has so much going on, so it's not thinking how it really should be thinking. Sometimes you think in a certain way, and then your mind's thinking another way. Well, it's like them angels on your shoulder, the angel and the devil on your shoulder, to where it's just like, well, you're not doing nothing. Like, you're okay, you're fine. But what if they are? What if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? What if they're doing that? Oh, calm down. It is okay. You're not doing nothing. Like, you need to control yourself, because, but what if you need to do something? You don't know. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what you need to crash out. You need to do this. You need to. Your mind is like that. That's why they be saying you have an angel and the devil on your shoulders, because one's telling you this and one's telling you that. And when you control your mind, that was my stomach. I don't know if you heard that, but I guess you can give that as confirmation that when you control your mind, you can tell which one is talking. Is it real or is it fake? Should I calm down, or should I really be on go mode right now? Should I really be zoned in on this situation right now? But if you don't have your mind under control, you will never understand or know what is real and what is fake, what is true and what is false, what is a lie and what is reality, what is fantasy, imagination, and what is real deal facts. You have to control your mind, my love. Do not allow it to control you, because that's why there's a lot of these motherfuckers on these streets going crazy, because they got their minds all bunched up and they're not being able to control it, because they've gone too far into delusion. Because they've gone too far in allowing their minds to control them instead of them controlling their minds. And I get it, it's easier said than done, especially when you've gone through so much in life and you've experienced some negative shit, and now your mind is like, but I don't know if it's this and I don't know if it's that, and I don't know if they're really... Baby, I'm telling you. I'm telling you from experience. I know. I truly do. Truly. There's moments in my life where I sit here and I think, can I trust this person? Well, they're not like my past people, so I shouldn't be doing this and doing that. But at the same time, they're doing this and doing that and da 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 da. But but they're not doing this, but they're not doing that, but they're not doing this, but they're doing this, but they're doing that, and it'd be a lot. Well, should I allow them to be friends with me? Should I allow myself to take a step? Should I allow my do this and do that? What should I do? And your mind start going. Should I not? Should I not? What should I do? I should do this. I should do this. I shouldn't do this. I should do this. It does that. It truly does that. It is crazy that your mind does that, but it does that. It does that, baby. It does that. Listen, y'all gonna have to... I actually like this wig, but I don't glue wigs down. And if you see it sliding back, fuck you, mind your business. Sorry, I didn't mean to say fuck you, but you get what I'm saying. Mind your fucking business, bitch. If it slides back to right here and I let it slide back to right there, mind your business. Focus on the message. See, your mind is over here worried about the wrong shit, bitch. Like I said, control your mind. Focus on the message. Don't focus on other shit. You're getting distracted. Focus on what I'm saying to you. Control your mind, bitch. Yeah. Control your mind. Don't focus on shit that is not relevant. Control your mind and focus on the shit that's relevant. What are we talking about? But yeah, it is easier said than done, I can tell you that. I've been through it, the experiences. Oh, God. experiences of going crazy and then pulling yourself back from insanity. It is insane. Going crazy, then pulling yourself back from insanity. Talking about calm down. It's okay. You don't need to go crazy right now. It's just your mind playing tricks on you. It's just your mind. Control your mind. You are safe. You are okay. You do not have to go crazy. You do not have to go in survival mode. You do not have to go in protection. You do not have to go here, there, nowhere, because it is just your mind playing tricks on you. Calm down, baby. Come back. Reel it back in. Reel it back in. Reel it back in. You are okay. And it's not as insane as you think it is. If you allow your mind to control you, you will be in chaos all your fucking life. All your life you will be in chaos. So I'm telling you, control yourself, control your mind, control your thoughts. Meditation actually works. I'm telling you. I was gonna lie and say I have not meditated in a while, but that's a lie because I just meditated the other day. And not only that, I'm pretty sure I meditated last night, laying in my bed, had meditation music on, just sitting there in silence with my eyes closed, laying down flat until I fell asleep. That's meditation too. Taking a moment to where you hear just silence or hear just the meditation music and allowing yourself to clear your mind, control the thoughts that's coming in, because when you really think about it, meditation helps. Because when you are going through meditation, sometimes your mind is going a mile per second during meditation instead of you just sitting there just silent. So allow yourself here. Here's I guess homework if you want to do it. It's up to you. I'm not gonna force you, baby. Healing homework. Give yourself 5 minutes. I just said 10. Shit. You know what? Give yourself 10 minutes. There we go. Give yourself 10 minutes. 5 minutes of your mind just going and going and going during your meditation. And then the other 5, try to be silent. Try to control your mind to stop all the things that you were doing in the first 5 minutes. All the thoughts that was going in your mind, going through your mind, going through your thoughts, in and out, in and out, in and out, in the first 5 minutes. Try to stop that in this next 5 minutes. See if you can control your mind for 5 minutes. See if you can sit there in silence for 5 minutes. It is easier said than done because your mind, like I said, sometimes go a mile per minute, especially if you are somebody that is constantly thinking, constantly going, constantly moving, or constantly have something on their mind. It is easier to think and allow your mind to go than to sit there in silence. You know what? Let's try to sit in silence. First off, let me pour me something. Pour me a glass. Mind your business. It's some good wine too. I'm not gonna show you. It's that barefoot. If you know, you know, baby. My favorite barefoot. I recently just started drinking this type of barefoot, and it's actually really nice. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we are talking about silence. So listen to this and try to clear your mind. I'm pretty sure that's been long enough. That's been long enough. That's been long enough. Now, the question is, were you allow did you allow yourself to have a clear mind during that session? I don't want to do that. Sorry. I have these things here that I want to stick in my head so bad, but they hurt. Anyway, back to the topic. Did you allow yourself to have a clear mind during that session? Yeah? Did you hear the door moving, adjusting? Yeah? Then that means you didn't have a clear mind because you was focused on the things that were around you instead of focusing on this sound. Did you hear the dog barking? I don't know if you could hear the dog barking because it wasn't that loud, but I'm pretty sure you might have been. But if you heard a dog barking and you focused on that, then your mind was moving. It wasn't as clear as it should have been because you're supposed to be focused on this sound, nothing else. Did you hear the wind blowing? Did you hear the shades going back and forth? Did you hear my stomach growl? For those that said, nah, I ain't hear shit, I was so focused and tuned onto this sound. I didn't hear the dog barking. I didn't hear the door moving. I didn't hear your stomach growling. I didn't hear the window shed, shield, whatever. What the window thing moving back and forth. Good. That means you allowed yourself to control your mind and keep it clear and focus on one thing. That means you can control your mind. And the funny thing is, you'll probably be like, well, you didn't control your mind. You didn't. You heard it. Because I wasn't the one that was being tested. I know how to control my mind, love. I know how to focus on one thing at a time, or literally clear my mind to where I don't hear nothing but the sound that I'm supposed to focus on. And even if I did hear those things, I got straight back into what I was supposed to do. See, meditation actually truly helps. For those that were able, should I say, to control your mind, good. Keep up the good work. But for those that were hearing things and then their minds started to drift to something else and they started to think about other things and they could not take that moment of silence and clear their mind and shut their mind up. It's okay. It happens to all of us. But that just means you need to clear your mind. Control your mind. Because your mind should not be doing things you don't tell it to do. Your mind should be able to listen to you. It is your mind. It is nobody else's mind. And your mind shouldn't have a mind of its own. Because if your mind have a mind of its own, that means that mind is its own being. That mind controls whatever it wants, when it wants, how it wants. You know, like how those humans say, the devil made me do it. I didn't have a control of my mind. I didn't know what was going on. I just blacked out. I blacked out. I don't remember anything. And your mind did everything for you while you were asleep. Now I know you don't want to be a part of that. I know I don't. Where I black out and my mind takes control of me like my mind is a whole nother person. And is doing things that I know damn well I shouldn't be doing. Now my mind is over here abusing somebody, torturing somebody, destroying somebody, and then you wake up and everything that your mind did is put on you. You know why? Because it's your mind. Nobody else's mind. It is your mind. Excuse me. So, damn. The strawberries is getting stuck in my straw. Back to the topic at hand. So, are you going to allow your mind to control its own self? I hope not. I wouldn't want my mind to control its own self because I know how powerful my mind is. I know my mind will go crazy in this bitch. I know my mind will probably do things I don't want it to do. Like, ooh, you look good, baby. Let's go. Let's go do some things. I got a big ass forehead. No, really. Thank God. Thank God. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic, but yeah, my mind does that sometimes. But I know how to control it when it needs to. You know, like I said, sometimes your mind does things. You just gotta reel it back in. But like I said, I don't want my mind to control itself. And I'm talking about full blown control, not like these little outbursts that I be having. No, I'm talking about full blown control, like I'm asleep. Now you're talking to the mind. Oh, right now Lena is asleep. So let's talk about something else. Actually, you know what? I've been meaning to talk to you bitches because I've been seeing you motherfuckers in the motherfucking eyesight, and the fact that she's asleep now. Let's talk about something. You know what's crazy? You want to know something about Lena that she don't be telling motherfuckers. You want to know something? She like this nigga that is so sexy, that is so fine, and like he be doing some he be lifting motherfuckers and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And she be looking at him and staring at him to be like, he's fine as fuck. You know, I wouldn't mind him being my husband. I wouldn't mind him being my motherfucking man and all that shit. She like him and she don't even want to tell nobody. She just want to sit there and admire because she's going through a lot, especially in her mind, our minds, we're going through a lot, you know what I'm saying? So she don't like to talk about it and she like to be secret and silent and all this jazz and try to stay to herself because of some traumas that happened to her in her past. But I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them traumas, bitch. We over here, we outside and we want to use some traumas to do some things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, don't tell her that I told y'all this because she really don't like talking about this shit. She really like to stay to herself and keep herself stuff to herself and all this jazz. But yeah, she like this nigga that be doing some weight lifts and he be getting up there and she realized some things about him and then all this extra shit. But she knows she like him. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna take Lena back out. I'm gonna let her wake up and everything, and I'm gonna pretend like I ain't do this. Yeah, but like I was saying, you gotta control your mind, cause it can really get you into some trouble. It'll tell things that you don't want it to tell you, or it'll tell things that you don't want nobody to know, or to keep secrets. Y'all know if I had my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, if my mind had a mind of its own, you know how many things that it will tell you? I don't want it to tell you some things because I be so afraid. Like, I'll be to myself, so I don't want that to happen to me. But it be happening sometimes. But I control my mind because I don't want it to happen to where like it gets serious. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had my mind controlled, if my mind controlled me, bitch, it'll be over with for you bitches, and not only for you bitches, but for me as well. It's wild. But do you see how that just happened? Your mind switched, telling your business, doing things you don't want it to do, telling people this and that and yada yada yada, and you basically telling your body to do things that you don't want to do, and then you wake up and be like, I don't remember what happened, but now I gotta reap the consequences of my mind because I allowed my mind to go wild instead of controlling it. You seen how crazy that was? You seen how wild that was? You seen how your mind can just do just like that? Now, obviously, it was an act. I really don't give a fuck that you motherfuckers know that I was over here looking at this nigga that be doing some like weightlifting. Because he's actually okay, but like, seriously, just think if that was you in my position and your mind just took over your body and started telling your deepest, darkest secrets. Or doing some things that you, don't ever want to do. And then you wake up and you don't know what happened. You blacked out. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what happened to me. And now the police coming. Open up! Oh, the police! You over here then somebody at all. You didn't destroy lives and you did a motherfucking high speed chase and you over here running from the cops and man, who wanna do that? Not me. That's why you gotta control your mind, baby. I know it's been crazy. This video been crazy. This message been crazy, but it's some real shit. You gotta control your mind, baby. I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I don't want my mind controlling nothing. I want to be able to control my mind and keep controlling my mind like I'm doing right now, because I would go through hell. Hell, if I allow my motherfucking mind to do things and whatever, because you know how much I control myself, control my thoughts, control my body, control the things that go through my mind, the negative thoughts that try to come in my mind, or the negative things that will be like, you know how intrusive thoughts, if you couldn't control your mind, all them intrusive thoughts would destroy you, bitch. Go up there and smack that bitch on the ass. Oh my god. Security! He assaulted me! She assaulted me! or you you in the car, cause I be doing this shit too. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes my thought process be crazy, but I'll be driving this shit and my motherfucking mind be flip this bitch. Yo, I swear to God, it'd be crazy, but my intrusive thoughts be insane. Flip this bitch, and I'll be in the car with my motherfucking family, and my sister and her kids, and it'd be like, flip this bitch, and they can tell you I really be doing some weird shit when I'm driving. Not too dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Because I love my family, and I'm not gonna do that to them, but like, my intrusive thoughts be some wild shit, because I be sitting there in my intrusive thoughts, you're like, flip this bitch. And like, sometimes I do like the little jerk, like, but there be no cars around. It just be us on the road, and cars be too far ahead or too far back. And I jerk that bitch. They're like, ah! But they don't care because, like I say, I'll be playing. It's not too serious, you know what I'm saying? But your intrusive thoughts can get you caught up. Because if I really flip that bitch, it'll be a whole nother story, you know what I'm saying? Or you be walking down the street and you be walking slide somebody and somebody jogging and you be like, trip that bitch, stick your foot out. If you did that, do you know how much trouble you would be in? Or you see somebody flashing like, yeah, I got money, rob that hoe, give me. Oh my god, I swear to God. Your mind will get your ass into so much trouble. Your mind will get you in so much trouble, it's not even fucking funny. That's why you gotta control your mind. You gotta control your mind, because you don't want to be caught up in that situation. Give me, what's in the bag? What's in the bag? I can't breathe. Oh, this shit is sick. Oh, this shit is sick. Oh my god. And there be some intrusive thoughts. You know my sister, bro. She be on some weird shit, bro. She be like, sometimes I just be sitting here just thinking, I want to play in traffic. Suicidal shit. I know. Words that we probably shouldn't be saying, and it shouldn't be that funny, but dark humor. We got a lot of dark humor over here. Sometimes she'd be like, you know what? I just need you to throw me down the stairs. For those that can't handle it, it's okay. It's time for you to move along. You got your message, okay? But for those that be dark humor, seriously, my sister be like, you know what? I just want to jump down the stairs. Her intrusive thoughts, I swear to God, baby. It'd be crazy. That's why you gotta control your mind. Cause you don't want to go through that. You don't want to be that motherfucker and be like, you know, let's go play in traffic. And it's not no packed traffic. It's not traffic that's packed and cars are barely moving. Bitch, no. These motherfuckers is going speed. You go play in traffic. That's my cue. Y'all. Damn. Sorry, a little bit of that just went down the wrong pipe, but I don't care. Y'all gonna see. I'm sorry, like, it's late. I wanna take this bitch off. Like, I always take my wigs off when I go to bed, bitch. I don't sleep with this. I put it on look cute, and then I go home and take it off, or I go lay in my bed, pop that bitch off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. That's about it. Like I said, try to control your mind, bro. Like, you do not want to be those individuals that's out there that is allowing your mind to control you, and you're doing things that you don't want to do, or you getting caught up in shit that you shouldn't be getting caught up in, okay? So, that's about it. I'm finna go watch me some Keem. If you know, you know, he's a YouTuber. He be watching, playing scary games. That should be bussing. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch that, sip on my wine, enjoy that shit. And yeah. Excuse me. For those that's made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my channels. Um Excuse me. Check out my channel, YouTube channel. My link is going to be in my bio. I think my Instagram and thread is also going to be in the link in the bio. If you are watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, my links are going to be in the bio for Facebook, Instagram, and thread. Check them out. If you want to heal, thrive, and be a better person, on my Instagram, I'll be doing photos and quotes. And it's not just your healing photos and quotes where it's like, oh, you're doing good and don't do this, don't do that, yada yada yada. No, it's also photos and quotes of, I guess, intimacy, healing, healing intimacy, especially for the men, because men needs to be healed as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's also for women too if you go that way. I don't go that way. If you know, you know. But yes, check out my pages. There's quotes, there's photos, my creativity. There's lives on my Facebook. There's videos on my YouTube. Uh, like I said, I'm here to help people heal, grow, and thrive and be a better person only if they want to. I'm not going to force you, my love. It is too damn hard to heal. So why the fuck would I force you to do that shit? If you want to be a motherfucker that sits there and does not heal, that is up to you. But I'm telling you right now, it's not going to change anything for the better if you do not heal. If you stay the same, you will stay the same. Everything around you will stay the same, and sometimes it might get worse. So, take advice from me, baby. Come heal. Come thrive. Come be a better person. Come be you. We're authentic over here. Bitch, I'm over here look at this shit. Motherfuckers will be sitting in there. Man, they could never. They could never. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, there's a video on my YouTube of me pulling my goddamn wig off. You think I care? Bitch, I'm authentic. I'm me. I am who I am. What you see is what you get. And I'm healing every day, thriving every day, being a better person every single day. So, like I said, if you want to come on that journey, I want you to know it's not going to be easy. God is taking us on a wild journey, but it's for the best. We're going to feel better. We're going to move better. We're going to act better. In God's eyes and in your eyes. And you're going to love it because you're going to be what God made you to be. God wants you to be something that you yourself loves, yourself appreciates, yourself enjoys. So why wouldn't you want to be something that you are? Instead of something that you're not. If you want to pretend and be something that you're not, what's the fun of that? Oh, I want to be just like them. Oh, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not like this. Go ahead, I don't care. But like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my channel for more content like this. Share because there's other motherfuckers that want to hear this. Yeah, I don't care if you skip through this shit. I don't give a fuck. You are going to hear what you're supposed to hear. So do what you do, baby. But I'm gonna go keep sipping on my wine and watch Keem and enjoy myself for the rest of the night. Cause it is fucking 10:22. It's not that bad. I got on here like at 9 something, so. But yeah. Peace out, y'all.